Now, journalists were temporarily locked out of a sitting by the Senate Committee on Health that was grilling former Principal Secretary in the State Department of Medical Services, Engineer Peter Tum, over the procurement processes of mosquito nets that led to the cancellation of $3.7 billion contract. The committee also grilled the Global Fund Coordinator from Treasury, and as Brian Mushiri reports, it emerged that there was serious conflict of interest in the 3.7 billion shillings mosquito procurement process.
With former Health Principal Secretary Josephine Mboro having distanced herself from any wrongdoing in the 3.7 billion shillings Global Fund mosquito net scandal at the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority KEMSA, Tuesday saw Sports Principal Secretary Engineer Peter Tum's chance to give his account of events. Tum, who was accompanied by Acting KEMSA CEO Dr. Andrew Mulwa, was quick to absolve himself from involvement in the tender. He told the committee that an executive order dated January 2023 expressly domiciled the implementation of the National Malaria Program under the Public Health Docket led by Josephine Mboro then.
The Executive Order number 1 of 2023 dated 6th January 2023 explicitly assigned the malaria and TB functions to the State Department of Public Health and Professional Standards, while the HIV function was assigned to the State Department of Medical Services.
Former CS Mboro, who was sacked in May, had placed PS Tum at the center of the botched 3.7 billion shillings mosquito nets supply tender during a separate grilling session in June. The blame game seemingly baffling the committee's members.
At the end of the day, this thing was extended. So I'm just wondering, what mischief was this on a PS? Because it seems there's a vacuum, there's some place where we are not really understanding.
And on why he was shifted from health to sports conveniently after the saga, Tum said the power squarely lay on the appointing authority, the president. The committee also had submissions from Treasury and the Global Fund Coordinator on the scandal. The submission by Global Fund was headed downhill, with the first major revelation being that Global Fund does not procure pyrethroid PBO nets, begging the question why an alleged letter from the Ministry of Health to KEMSA changed the specifications in the tender documents bypassing Global Fund. Also, whose interests were being accommodated.
Did you, in your letter advising the Ministry of Health through KEMSA to procure, did you specify that we are only procuring nets funded by Global Fund, and the nets which are being funded by Global Fund are the following: 1, polyester, certain amount; 2, polyethylene; and then number 3, specifically impregnated by the hoops. Did you do that or you didn't?
We came to realize through KEMSA. KEMSA is the one who forwarded that letter to us. They have been advised by the ministry. And even I was asking my officers, how can they write to you direct? And yet you know you are our agent.
The Global Fund Coordinator then requested for the meeting to be held in camera after being prompted by Narok Senator Ledama Olekina. Once the media was allowed back, the meeting was hurriedly put to bed, with the committee promising to get to the bottom of the scandal. Brian Mushiri, NTV, Nairobi.